Hello, hello out there in Facebook land. Steve Sipress here with my daily Facebook Live video for Wednesday, May 10th, 2017. And as always, I started off today as Wisdom Wednesday, by the way. Wisdom Wednesday, a special tip of the cap to my good friend and social media expert, Rob Anspach, who suggested in an interview I did last week, known as the glitchiest interview ever. We did it live here on Facebook using technology that just absolutely was not really working. But he suggested, and I will pass it along for those of you who have not yet gotten his book. If you haven't, go to Amazon and get the book. It's called No Experience Necessary, Social Media for the Baby Boomers, Gen Xers, and the Over 50 Entrepreneur. And one thing he talks about is theming it out. So if you're going to do a daily social media post, which you ought to do it in a theme, and I do a daily social media live video. So I'm theming it out, and today is Wisdom Wednesday, first installment of it. And before we get started, as always, I share one of the rhinos out of my 800+ rhino collection today. It's this big stuffed fluffy one, courtesy of whatever that says, the something wildlife conservatory something. He likes to wear that tag, and he is a big, well, he's sort of big, you know, he's a 1.5 feet or so, big stuffed, cushy, plush rhino doll toy there, part of the collection. Okay, so today is all about giving back. Giving back, pet peeve, pet phrase that I cannot stand, almost all the time used incorrectly. You hear people say, I'm giving back, I'm giving back, I'm giving back, when what they really mean is, I'm giving. That's it. Where did this back come from? I'll tell you where the back came from. The back came from people that are actually giving back, people that have made lots of money or got lots of success or had lots of great things. So these are people in the public spotlight in the world of entertainment or sports or business or politics or whatever it is. They have gotten some success and they now feel they are giving back. So for instance, an athlete that says, man, I worked hard and my whole life I got to the NFL or the NBA or whatever, and I signed this $10-20 million contract, whatever, and now I give back by volunteering and teaching kids how to play football or going to the local hospital or doing whatever, and I give back. Or, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, now that I am a multi-billionaire and among the richest people in the world, I am giving back. I am curing world hunger. I mean, Bill Gates, didn't he just, I don't know, he donated 100,000 chickens to starving people or something, building wells, building schools. He's giving back. But I hear it misused, and of course you don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to be giving back. So you in your own town, anyone watching this, say you're a local small business owner, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer in your hometown, you have a successful practice, you want to give back by saying on Tuesday, I will treat people that don't have any insurance and can't afford it. I had a client years ago did this in her salon, high-end salon, and I think when the recession hit, the one that really hasn't really ended, I mean, technically it's not a recession, but it's been a horrible recovery, which is not really a recovery. So it's been a horrible economy for about, I don't know, 8-9 years already now. She, right when this recession first started back in '08, she started saying on Wednesday mornings, we will do free haircuts for anyone who has a job interview and is looking for work. And that's giving back to the community. So once you have a successful business, by all means, and give back. But it's used incorrectly so often when it really just means giving. So I'll give you an example. I see, like, on TV or something, you see a news clip of, here's a bunch of kids who are going to, and by the way, it's nothing wrong. It's fantastic what they're doing. They're just calling it by the wrong name. The wrong concept is in their minds when they say, on Saturdays I volunteer to help with Habitat for Humanity. I'm building homes, or I'm helping feed the homeless, or I'm going on a trip my senior year semester, junior semester, or over the summer. I'm going to some third world country and I'm going to help dig wells and build schools. That's called volunteering, charity work, but it's not giving back because they didn't get anything. They're not giving back. They're giving, and I love giving, and I love volunteering, and I love helping out. I've been doing a whole life, but I didn't call it giving back unless there's some kind of guilt feelings that somehow I'm such a privileged human being just by being born that even though I'm a broke college student, when I volunteer on a Saturday, I'm giving back. You don't have anything to give. You didn't earn anything. You didn't make anything. You didn't create anything. You're just giving. So I cannot stand the phrase giving back when it just means giving. And here's the point, most of all, because I'm almost always talking about you if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. There's something I read somewhere recently. It said 13% of Americans are business owners, entrepreneurs. So 87% of the people, my videos are pretty much not for. And you can do all the giving and call it giving back and anything you want. But here's the key to a small business owner, to an entrepreneur. You want to think giving first. Giving first. See, entrepreneurs, we give first. Then after you give enough first, which is the way that you get value in return, then you become wildly successful or just successful, and then you can give back. But for business owners and entrepreneurs, we need to give first. If you're a 9-to-5er or a broke college student or whatever, you don't need to give first. I was a broke college student for 7 years, for crying out loud. I did it way too long. Oh, not only bad enough I wasted 4 years in college, then I wasted 3 more going to law school because I was a scared 21-year-old kid and didn't know what to do. And 3 more years of partying and drinking beer and doing nothing while my parents think I'm doing something great. That sounds good. Let's do it. So I was a broke college kid. I wasn't giving back. Okay, when I got a job, I was doing the work. I was getting paid for what I was doing. But as a business owner, the key to success as a business owner is to think, how can I give more value to my prospects, my customers, my patients, my members, my clients, whoever does business with you, whoever is your who, the first W of the WOW strategy. It is, and you've got to find a way to give as much value as you can to your target who to attract them to want to give you their money, do business with you. We've got to give first. We got to think about giving first. So the key is you want to wake up every morning if you're a business owner thinking, how can I deliver more value? How can I give so much more value that I could even raise my price? I talk to people all the time. The surest way for a business owner, and we'll talk about in a future video, is to give yourself a raise, is to raise your price. And then they say, well, right, I'm not just talking about indiscriminately. You just raise your price for no reason and without giving anything more. That's a recipe for disaster. I mean, it'll work sometimes, but a lot of times it won't. But the surefire way to work, I always say, if you want to double your price, you triple your value. So you're always thinking, how can I give more value? How can I add in other services? How can I do things that were unexpected? How can I go the extra mile? How can I add in bonuses? Wow, thank you. Who's here? Oh my goodness, Whiskey is here. And Whiskey's a school teacher, right? Ah, great teacher. So you must be. My mom was a school teacher, of course, so I have that in me, and that's what I do, and that's what I do in my daily Facebook videos here as I teach. Great seeing you. Go Brewers. And so teachers are giving. They're going to school every day and they're thinking, how can I give to my class? They're not thinking, it's not giving back. When a teacher goes to work, teacher isn't saying, I'm going in today to give back. Teacher's going in to give. Okay, business owners, same thing. We are not, don't be under pretense, don't be under any pretense as a business owner that you're just going to get paid by people without first thinking, how can I give value? What can I do to give value? So that's Wisdom Wednesday for today, is stop thinking about giving back or saying giving back when you're a business owner. It's giving first. First you give, then you get paid. So you want to wake up every morning thinking, how can I add more value into what I do? If I do, fix cars, how can I add more value? Well, I know I can buy a shuttle vehicle and offer everybody that drops their car off a free ride home or to work or out to the supermarket and then home or whatever they got to do, or just give them a loaner car. So you get 4 or 5 extra cars and you give people the loaner car. Well, anytime the car's got to be in the shop over an hour or whatever it is. And you can also have somebody who will wash the car and detail it every time there's a certain amount of repairs that are done. So these are extra value bonuses you're adding because you're always thinking, how can I give first? How can I give more? How can I give? How can I give? And that's how you can get back. So none of this, I'm giving back for people that are not really giving back. If you're Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and in your local community, after you become successful, you're giving back. But until then, I want you to focus on giving first. Giving first. That's the key to being eventually able later on to give back. And that's it today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, Whiskey, and thanks to anybody else here on the live video and anybody watching on the replay. I do this every day, and if you miss it, you can catch it here on Facebook or on my Rhino Daily blog or my podcast or on Twitter, YouTube, Steve Sipress. You want some help with anything I talk about, shoot me a message here, shoot me an email, steve@stevesipress.com. I'll be back again tomorrow with another daily Facebook Live video. Oh, and I should have said this right up front. I apologize to people that were tuning in today for the scheduled live interview with the author and the marketer Dustin Matthews, author of the No BS Guide to Powerful Presentations. He sent me a message this morning and said, I got to apologize to you and your viewers and your listeners and your readers that I lost my voice, probably doing too many interviews while his book is coming out. And he lost my voice, and next time we could get it on the schedule is next Thursday. So 4:30 p.m. next Thursday, May 18th is the date. And I went to reschedule it, but since it's more than 1 week out, I couldn't officially reschedule it with the software that we use. So I just had to cancel that, and it looks like, where did it go? So apologize for that, but it'll be worth waiting for, have no doubt. And I think tomorrow, since it's a week from tomorrow, I'll be able to post it, and that'll give you future notice of it. And I think if you click on there or something, you'll be notified when it actually happens or whatever. So that's it. Today's live interview didn't happen. You got stuck with me only. I did Wisdom Wednesday. I'll be back again next Wednesday with another Wisdom Wednesday and another Rhino out of my collection. We'll put this big stuffed guy back on the shelf. And that's it for today. I'll be back again tomorrow with another daily Facebook Live video. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you.